this is Amberly from Amby the Vibes. I'm coming back with another video. I'm just going to show you some more pages of my weekly energy journal, my Amby's High Vibe journal. I have my daughter Dahlia with me right now. I tried to do this when she's in school, but that didn't happen today, so you might hear some Dahlia noise in the background. Like that. And so this is the symbol that I created for the sacral chakra for Thursday Jupiter energies, and we're going to talk about fire mixed with water. And let's see, go to the next. Okay, so here's some more pages. I have some of my energy cards that I made that I use my energy cards when I do my crystal grid work, or in the morning when I'm charging my water. That is my ceremony, my sacred ceremony. Motorcycle in the background. So in the morning I will start out with my journal. I open the pages and I just kind of get an idea of what the energies are for the day, and I also kind of pay attention to the astrological energies that are happening at the moment. So if there's like a full moon or a new moon, if there are certain transits happening astrologically, then I will, adjust my energy. I don't follow this to a T, but it's just to give me an idea, of what energies I want to attune to for the day. And so when I'm working with Jupiter energies, I do like to work with fire and water. And we have the icosahedron and the tetrahedron. And then we have the
waterhedron?
No, tetrahedron. And then we have the different frequencies for those shapes that I will attune my water to with. I only have a tuning fork for 528 hertz and 432 hertz, but if I want to adjust my frequencies with the water or whatever artwork I'm doing, I will put on I'll just go to YouTube or basically anywhere. You can go to even Google. I don't really like that search engine, but you can go to Google and just search frequencies of whatever hertz you're looking for, and a lot of times the somatics will come up, the different shapes will come up that are created from the hertz, and so that helps with the visualization. And when I drink my water, I visualize my internal body, my the water inside my body transforming into these patterns of sacred geometries of either platonic solids or somatics, or if I want to do the flower of life, I will envision that, and that's what is going to happen in your DNA, in your water, because we are creators and we are very powerful, and whatever we envision is what happens, really, if we can align and attune. Hold on, I'm getting a call. Okay, so sorry, that was my son Chase, and let's see, go back, and so I was talking about the shapes and somatics and attuning my water. And so I have 4 kids, and I have 3 boys and a girl, just to let you know I'm kind of busy. And so if you hear any more noise, that is why. And so, and my oldest son Chase had just called. His birthday is May 1st. He's my May baby. and super charged Taurus. And so I'm May 19th, on the cusp of Taurus Gemini, and so I have a lot of air and earth energies. And so let's go on to my affirmations for Thursday. And the card that I created is for you to create your own affirmation. And so kind of correlating with Jupiter energies is expansion and abundance. And so you write your own. I'm abundant in, I expand in. And then the Jupiter energies that I put on my energy card are, for Jupiter, the metal is tin. And then I have, like, just different energies that correlate with Jupiter. So, like abundance, pleasure, expansion, lucky, and the sacral chakra correlates with joy, inspiration, desire, sensuality, feelings, optimism, and reproductive. And then the Sagittarius is the zodiac sign for Jupiter, and I am a Sag rising, so I connect very deeply with Jupiter because I'm a Sag rising. Lucky is a I don't know if I'm very lucky, but that is one of the energies of Sag. And ambitious, optimistic, and enthusiastic are some more energies of Sag. And I guess I embody those energies, but I have to really tune in to them to connect with those energies. And so when I'm working, especially when I'm working with abundance crystal grid work, which we're going to kind of go over today, crystal grids, but normally I would do an abundance crystal grid for Thursday correlating with Jupiter, but today I just feel very strongly like I need to go over a protection grid with protection energies, just because we're all under a lot of stress. I feel like, as a collective, I just feel that I'm just feeling it. I'm not speculating or saying that everybody's under stress, but I don't know. For me, I just feel like it would be a good thing to go over. And then also, I have some good pictures of my, well, I don't know if you call it a crystal grid, because it may seem like a jumbled up, a chaotic mess to other people, but for me it's not. It's very, in my mind, my third eye is very it's very harmonious. And so I'll try to explain what my energy work, a little bit of it. And so on Thursday, when I'm working with these energies, I work with different plants and crystals. So I use bay leaf, orange, ylang ylang. Ylang ylang I work with almost like every day. That's one of my favorites. Neroli, jasmine, sandalwood. Sandalwood's another one that I use almost every day. Sage, rose, which is the highest vibration ever that you can work with, cinnamon, and the crystals I like to use are carnelian, aventurine, pyrite, tiger's eye, amber. Amber is good for a lot of different things like healing, and I actually use amber for protection. Not because my name is Amber, but just because I really connect to amber energies. And red jasper, coral, orange, calcite, any kind of calcite I love. And then moonstone. And so what we're focusing on for Thursday is abundance and being lucky. And that is what Jupiter brings us when we connect to the positive energies of Jupiter. When I'm connecting to any planet or any angel, any entity, I always, connect with the more positive aspects, because we all have different aspects. We're sort of, the whole universe is sort of like a magnet, positive and negative energies. So I always make that a point that I am working with the positive aspects, the lighter aspects. So the metal I would use working with Jupiter's tin, the colors are orange, expansion, abundance, lucky, and sacral chakra, orange, sensual, optimism, reproductive, fertile, and then we are working with fire and water, so south and west, southwest. So like steam is what I picture, is like passion, healing, like stepping into a healing mineral pool is what I picture when I'm working with Jupiter. And our envisions and what our intentions are our reality. I truly believe that. So that is why I like to use a lot of visual things like crystals. It's visual, tangible, and the colors like in carnelian is a very good crystal for Jupiter energies, sensual and just like a soothing, fiery energy. Not out of control. Everything's very soothing. And aventurine, pyrite, tiger's eye are good ones. And if you go to my Pinterest, you will see, you can find more information on crystals and my crystal vibes board. And so let's see, the back of the cards are I drew a picture of Ray, and so for solfeggio tones is like do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, and so Ray is the sound, and for 17 hertz is the sound for my sacral energies. And then let's see, we have the card at the end shows plants and crystals. I went over those. And at the bottom we have exercises. I use, of course, work lower body. I'm creating some exercise cards that will show I'm more of a like, oh shoot, I don't really like yoga so much because my body. So just listen to your body. If you like yoga, then follow that. But I like Pilates. I like more of a continuous flow. I love to do supersets of free weights or resistant bands. So the cards I'm creating are, you pick 4 lower body superset exercises or Pilates exercises, which are actually 8 exercises. And so that energy, while you are putting intention into them, are very powerful and will help your energy work throughout the day. And then affirmations, you write your own. I will read my affirmation for Thursday, but it's more like things like I feel, I'm abundant in, and I expand. And then I don't know what happened right there. Let's see. Now, okay, this is my Thursday affirmation. I live in harmony. My affirmations are my reality. I am aligned with the universe and attract high frequency positive energies into my life. I am attuned and connected to the essence and frequencies of the elements. My chakras flow with high vibrational energies and function at optimal ability. Jupiter sends me frequencies of good luck, expansion, abundance, and pleasure. My frequencies attune and harmonize with all positive energies from Jupiter, water, and fire. The soothing and arousing essence of fire and water assist me with raising and harmonizing my frequencies. When I'm in need of adjusting my mood and emotions, I visualize a hot, natural spring in the middle of a cold forest that warms my energy, increases my energy flow to allow my chakras, soothes my muscles, and stimulates my energies of creativity and passion and excitement. And okay. Let's see. Yep. Okay, we covered my journal pages. Okay, so now I was going to go over my crystal grid work. And let's see. I'm going to start with my energy box. That is here. And so this is the top of my box. This is kind of like my, I call it my harmonizing medicine wheel. And I have a tourmaline cylinder in the middle. And it may look a little messy to you, but I do have a method with my grid work, and I visualize a 3D picture of sacred geometry when I'm working with my grids. And so in north, I put my medicine bag for the earth energies of abundance and stability and basically harmony, the 432 hertz. And I put crystals in my bag that kind of correlate with earth energies. So I usually have black tourmaline and rainbow fluorite in my north area. And I put my Reiki box in the north position. And so anybody that I'm working with that has elements or disabilities or issues that are in need of healing. I put a little message inside the box and some symbols, and then I send my energy in through the box when I'm working with my grid. And northeast, I use with my energy grids for healing and for harmony, which I consider my medicine wheel. I align my family. I call it my family grid, and I align my higher angels to the correlation of that direction. So northeast, I usually look at Yeshua for a rainbow energy of like a calming and cooling energy, sending in balance and peace and love, unity, protection, all of his qualities, I will call them in. And then my east side is more of the sun, air energy, and so I connect with Archangel Michael for protection, like more in the east and the southeast directions, and I connect with my genealogy, anyone that's connected to me from the past, even my other elements of myself, my other fractals of myself. I connect to them in the southeast, like any Lumerian energies, or usually I actually do more Lumerian energies on the left side. It's always different, but Atlantean energies, because I believe I was reincarnated from both. And so when I'm connecting to my emerald crystal, I connect more and with my east side, and then when I'm connecting into more subconscious watery energies, I go into the west side. And so that is more Lemurian to me. And then in the southwest side is more of my Jupiter energy and my abundant energy. I look at my love, my essential energy, my fiery water, steamy energy is in the southwest, and the southeast is more protection and more Saturny energies. And then when I go into the west, I look into more of my intuition, the moon side, my subconscious, and then in the like the northwest side, I look more into my star family, my star connections, and of course the center is my soul. And in my 3D image, I look up into the above and below my star chakra and my earth chakra. So I create almost like a diamond, of course a Merkaba, but more of a diamond. And I create different sacred geometry patterns like swirls. I envision, sometimes I will envision family members that correlate with the energies of the directions, and depending on, their personality, their zodiac sign, and sometimes they're a tree, sometimes they are a mountain, sometimes they are it's always different. Sometimes they're sacred geometry shapes, sometimes they're diamond or Merkaba. It always depends. And then in the center is always my connection to Father Sky, Mother Earth, and then my energies flow into the ley lines and out into the sentient beings on Earth and Earth, everything of Earth, that are correlating with the north, east, southwest fire, the earth, air, fire, water energies. And so, and I have different archangels I work with. It just always is different depending on whatever pops up in my third eye. And then the medicine bags, whatever I'm feeling for that day as I'm charging my water. If I feel like I need more fiery energies, then I grab my sun bag. Or if I feel like I need grounding, then I grab the green bag. If I feel like I need more intuition, then I grab the subconscious, the moon bag. And they each have, I'm gonna do a video on what the bags have inside of them, herbs and crystals. I'm correlating with those energies, but it doesn't always depend on the day. It depends on how I'm feeling and my intuition. If I need more grounding or if I need to tap in more higher, the more positive or negative energies, which negative is not bad. It's more, to me, I look at our bodies as a magnet. So positive and negative energies is heavier or lighter. And then, okay, so on top of the box is where I put my grid. So this is the inside of the box, depending on who I'm working with. So I have my masculine, feminine, which is my grandmother and her brother, my uncle, Buddy, are my masculine and feminine ancestor energies. And then the bottom picture has myself and my 3 boys. This is before my daughter was born. I have 4 children. And then my mom, my brother, my sister, my other brother, I have, and then nieces, nephews. And so I just send energies to them. A good way of doing that is just putting pictures. It helps to visualize the energies within your Reiki healing. If you're doing distance healing or protection, whatever you're working on, and my right side is my sun side, my left side is my moon side, right side is my external, like herbs. I have bee pollen, honey, and my teas. And my left side, I have my salt, my Himalayan sea salt, and usually my Soleil water on the left. And these are items that I use every single day. Donaldson Elementary. Okay, spirit, whatever. And underneath the picture are like candles, different smells. I have letters, different pictures. Whatever will connect you to what you're working on for your family or for your grid work. Or if you're working on specifically, oops, that is not my, okay, there's a picture of my pattern that I use for abundance, harmony, intuition. The lower part is for stability, protection. So each section of my grid on this picture is for a specific thing. And so you make up your own thing. The rock underneath it is a natural formed pyramid that I found, a rock that I found that was formed as a pyramid. So that, whatever you find that you feel is going to help your energy work, then include it. And so at the moment, I'm working with my oldest son. That's me and my son. He's going through a hard time, and so I'm working with a lot of healing energies with him, with distance healing. And so pictures really help. If you put different things, like in the northeast, southwest, like a feather. In the east is for air, whatever correlates with you. And in the west, you can do water. But, everybody doesn't, they don't always connect to those directions in the same way. So however you feel is right with your soul is how you would do it. So this is just how I do it. And then I would usually put any of my writings that I usually do in the evening. So it depends on what I'm working with. Sometimes I'm working with a 369 method. Sometimes I'm working with a scripting method where I script out what even if it's not happening in my life, I just script it out. Like, I have a beautiful studio, an art studio that has da 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 da, whatever you want in it, and you envision it, you feel the emotion of being there and having it, and you write it. You don't have to write it over and over again, but that is just my, one of my methods. Sometimes you could just write out a paragraph and say, this is my life. I'm so happy. You don't put anything negative in your scripting. You don't ever put like, I wish to have less debt. You don't ever want to put that, because the universe doesn't understand that. They hear you saying debt, and so the universe, puts that vibration towards you. The universe connects to you in frequency, and so you have to put words of a higher frequency out there. So writing and saying the words out loud, singing songs, whatever you can think of that creates the frequency of what you want is what you're going to create and what you're going to embed into your subconscious. So that is what you want to write over and over again, or just a paragraph, and especially before you go to bed. Affirmations are good. For me, I like to do affirmations in the morning, and then before bed I like to do like scripting, like script my life out how I want it to be and envision it as it is happening now, right now. And that is super powerful. The orgonite that I have on top is one of the first ones I've ever made, and it's so powerful. I put too much copper in it, and it fried out a battery charger of a phone charger. It actually made it explode, and the orgonite heated up so hot when it was trying to dry. So that's not one that I'm selling. It was just one I was working with and testing out. But I use it because I know it's very highly energetic. The more metals you put into your orgonite, the more frequency you create. And so I put that on top of any of my writings, any of my workings that I do. And when I create orgonite, I try to add, it's supposed to be a 50-50 balance of inorganic and organic, which inorganic means like the polyester or the epoxy, polyurethane, whatever resin you're using is the inorganic, and then the organic is the crystals combined with the metal. And then if you're using a metal wire, it should be in the size of 21 I believe it's 21.6. I have to look at it again. But anytime I make a spiral, I try to use the cubiformic, the pyramid cube formation of what the Egyptians used. So I think it's 21.6. I have to look at it again. But that just creates more of a harmonious flow through the current, and that is why you add metal to the crystal. The piezoelectric energies coming from the crystal will generate through the metal, and so it's really important to balance it out. And so this one is not very balanced. It's more metal than crystal. And of course, black tourmaline is one of my favorite crystals to work with because it does have a magnetic positive and negative charge upon heating. And so I know it's very powerful. I always keep that on me. And so let's see. So I usually put my energetic, anything that I'm working with energy is going to be around my energy box. So here in the front, I'm showing my honey, my pollen that I add into a lot of things, organite and tea, my Soleil water that I take every morning. I did a video on Soleil water, and then the pink Himalayan sea salt. I usually, before I do any energy work, I make a grid around my grid, like a circle, or I usually do a diamond. Diamond is just my shape. And I put a diamond of salt around whatever energy work I'm doing, just to absorb any negative and repel any negative energy and to balance the ions. And let's see, and I put any of my most powerful crystals that I have found, like the hagstone, around my honey. I use honey for almost all of my energy workings, and so I always keep it supercharged. And it's let's see, the bottom one is Manuka honey, the top one is a local honey. I mix in the royal honey inside of any of my honeys that I'm working with. I have chia seeds in the background, and then I don't think you can see on the right side are my herbs, which is usually passion flower, anything that works with calming energies, like mugwort, and I put oat straw, lemon balm. What else? I'll do another video on my herbs too. And actually, my next video is going to be on sacred geometry, to explain why you would use, say, certain sacred geometry, and you know, like what to envision and why when you're doing energy workings with sacred geometry. And let's see, okay. My next slide I was going to go over are some of the crystal grids that I work with. And this grid, it has Sedona rocks all around it. And you don't have to use... Okay, so what I was saying is that you don't need to have a specific amplifying crystal in the middle. You can use like a terrarium. You can use whatever energies you want in the middle. I like to focus on energies flowing upwards or in a spiral right-sided motion. And so this is why I put a terrarium in the middle, and black tourmaline I have for protection, some arrowheads, and blue kyanite and selenite. That is a clearing crystal. I have in my Pinterest, if you want to learn more about crystals, I have a whole board on crystal energies in my Ambili Vibes Pinterest. And this is just the front picture of what energies I'm charging with my energy box and my harmony grid. And this is a picture of my Oregon infused energy crystal grid with the Flower of Life. And next week we're going to go over all of the sacred geometry patterns and what they mean. So this is the Flower of Life, and then I have I usually like to use a turbo shell or a seashell because they have the Fibonacci spiral, natural energy flow, frequency and shape to them. So I put inside of it, embedded inside are some flakes of mother of pearl, and I use selenite, shaved selenite, and the clear quartz crystal inside, and also some metal wire, like either copper, depending on what color I'm working with, copper, silver, or gold. I think this one has gold inside of it. And then on the outside I do have some sand embedded inside of Lake Tahoe. I have different mixtures of Lake Tahoe California sand, or different mountains I've been to that have a high frequency energy, like Mount Lemon, and recently I'm adding in some Florida sand from the Siesta Keys. That is 99% clear quartz crystal sand. This is a turbo shell organite for the centerpiece, and clear quartz crystal in a Fibonacci spiral with copper for the metal. And then I have the blue kyanite, black tourmaline, the arrowheads, and selenite, and then Sedona rocks on top of my grid, the Flower of Life grid. I usually connect with this Flower of Life with the sun energies. And then the back side, I don't have a picture of it right now, but the back side is the moon. And so you have your conscious and subconscious, or you could say your sun, moon, your water, and your air, more fire energies on the right. And then when I'm using my Reiki energies, this may sound different and weird to you if you are a Reiki practitioner, but I use the left hand for me is connected more to my right side brain, and so my fire and air is on my left hand, and my water and earth energies are on my right hand, connected to the left brain, because when you're working with your neurological system, your right side controls the left side of the body. Your right side brain controls the left. So it's like a NDT pattern, and that's how I connect my energies. And so this is this Sri Yantra pattern, very powerful pattern. When I go over next week with the sacred geometry, I will go over the Sri Yantra, and it has the pyramid facing upward, the pyramid facing downward, and creates a pattern of the sound Om is the somatic pattern, and it creates this exact pattern, which is the sound of Earth, 432 hertz, or 7.83 hertz. So it is very powerful, and is this is my bowl that I created for a money grid. So I have the Ponza hand on my money jar. I have 2 money jars. One of them has the Cayman Islands dollar around it. I have different elements inside, different herbs like cinnamon. There's a lot of different herbs that correlate with abundance. And then my turquoise squash blossom patterns that are from my great-great-grandmother's necklace around for protection and abundance. And then of course you would want to use citrine crystals, and I use on all of my energy grids, I use all of the beads that I create necklaces and mandalas or bracelets out of. I charge them up with my energy grids that I work with throughout the different astrological alignments. And so we have citrine here, and we have rutilated quartz here, we have labradorite, turquoise, and then this is not a very good picture, but I have a little grid that I made for a smaller crystal grid workings for the northeast, southwest. I always do like an 8-point star, and I have the Merkaba. You can see the Merkaba in the middle, and next week I'll go over that's part of the sacred geometry patterns, is the Merkaba, and the hexagon is very powerful as well. And so I usually use this one for more of an abundance grid and put smaller crystals. I have crystals embedded, pyrite and selenite, tiger's eye. Those are all good for abundance, manifestations. And then I'm going to end off with because it was, let's see, Gaia Day, Earth Day this week. I'm going to show you a picture of beautiful waterfall. I don't think this is Eagle Falls. Let's see. They have waterfalls all around there, so I'm not sure which one this is. But this is one of the spots that I got my things from for my ornament. And I will see you next week. Friday, we're going to go over sacred geometry and let's see, Venus energies for Friday, and Taurus energies. Of course, I am a Taurus, so I'm going to do a longer video for Friday for self-love and beauty. See you on Friday. Bye.